25 minutes in, he thought he thought he could 1v5 them, and he went mid lane, and he literally was 1v3, 1v4, caught out, Fiend's Grip, stunned, hookshotted, and he had no team to back him up. He thought he could just go and farm mid lane creeps.
You agree on that?
I mean, I said Mineski was a ticking time bomb, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And he blew up right there. I think Sven is a hero that very, very powerful. We saw his power spike. You mentioned he got huge, but at the same time, he's very easily kitable once you get multiple Force Staff. We saw Io having big saves with his relocate, and also with Io and OD, they toggle between Astro, relocate, Force Staff, Ghost Scepter. There's only so much. Yeah, there's so much. The list continues.
Hookshot,
the list continues. Yeah.
A really great team by Secret.
The other big thing was that it made it so difficult for Mineski to continue to lead was the Clockwork and Io. How many times did Jules just die? Like, he was tracking people in their jungle, he immediately gets dusted, hookshot, and he's dead. Or he gets relocated on and he's dead. So in game 1, we saw Nyx Assassin being able to just keep on going in the wood, scouting, courier sniping, all that stuff. This game, maybe he got a courier kill or two, but it came in a great cost, right? Every time he did that, he would get killed. And I gotta say, this is why you don't give Team Secret their IO. It really facilitates a very aggressive playstyle that they could go on to the enemy jungle and protect their own jungle at the same time.
We're actually going to have some replays for you guys once more. So let's take a look at those and recap some of the fights we've seen in that game. And God, have there been a lot of fights.
Non-stop fights.
Actually, really. It's just like one big fight.
It was just like Roche Pit fight non-stop.
This was a fight that I thought was quite iconic because they wanted to go onto mid one. He forced staffs onto the low ground, and the Astral bought so much time for his team to come in and reinforce. And for Mineski, even though they were on the high ground, they were on Secret side of the map. So all of a sudden, when they wanted to go onto mid one, completely gets shut off by the rest of his team, and all of a sudden, they're the ones on the run. They're giving away 4 hero kills for absolutely nothing. That is #0 value.
Yeah, that force staff dodged both global and omni slash, so that was pretty big. And this is where Sven gets big, right? They thought they could kite the Sven around, but he was at a point where he could 3-shot people, and coming in 1 by 1 against the Sven is generally not the best idea. And I think this is where multiple track kills were had.
Fiend's Grip as well, just able to catch people. But like a big thing for Secret was the gems as well, right? Being able to see Bounty and Nyx and actually see where this initiation was coming from. It was much harder for Mineski to actually catch heroes from Secret on top of all the mobility. You're talking about their itemization. And there was Slark just running around with an Abyssal Blade.
So I know the replays are focusing a lot of the big team fights, but I thought the game was lost by Mineski more so on the individual kills, like the Sven blinking in for a Bane and just getting caught, Jules getting caught.
That's this one, right?
Yeah, this one, yeah. Initiating himself in, and I mean, he just stood there for like
he is alone.
10 seconds.
Like, there's 2 heroes from Mineski mid trying to catch up, there's one up at top, and there's just no recourse for them. He has literally run into mid lane alone.
I do think it's actually because there was a lack of vision. Like, you look at the map right now, how much vision did either team have?
Again, back to the gems, we saw, I think, 2 gems picked up per team, and they're just like trading hands constantly, thanks to the Nyx and the Bounty Hunter, obviously 2 invis heroes that Secret wanted to keep tabs on. Then there was a Slark on the enemy team. Wards there was like, 30 minutes in, there was 1 ward apiece. There was almost no vision on the map for huge chunks of that game.
I mean, technically, when there's not many wards on the map, the team having the Bounty and having the Nyx should be an advantage because they have the extra information. But they just kept dying.
Exactly, the amount of times that RR or the Bounty Hunter were like on the opposite side of the map, kind of trying to scout and see where they were coming from, but they didn't have kill power. They had these heroes kind of scouting on their own and looking for information, but they couldn't actually take advantage of the information was one of their big issues.
Yep.
If we're looking at the items this time around, I mean, you were complaining about the lack of BKB. This time we even have the Wisp with the BKB.
I wasn't complaining, I was saying it was a minor issue in game number 1.
A minor issue. Okay, let's call it a minor issue. You had some minor issues with a lack of BKB on Secret side. This time they even had a Wisp picking up a BKB at the 41-minute mark. Were you happy and satisfied this time around with their item choices?
I think both Louie and I saw that and kind of thought, why not Lotus Orb? Because Lotus Orb would be great on Bane, on the Clockwork, to dispel silence or even bounce back a Svenstun or something like that. But the BKB just gives you that guaranteed, I am going to save someone, right? It's just like, I am going to be the one guy that's going to be able to relocate someone out. I will cast my spells. Don't worry, OD, I've got your back.
I think the IO BKB ultimately didn't matter because the final fight he had on cooldown
Yeah.
because he popped it by accident.
He accidentally
They
popped
still
it off
won
screen.
the Roche fight regardless. So.
Yeah, Danny was waiting for that to be an issue because they looked like they're going Roche and then he popped it, like accidentally.
He
definitely.
accidentally popped. They weren't even going to Roche. This was before Roche was even going to be a thing. But he popped it off screen. I was thinking like, oh, this actually might be a problem. And it's like, oh, never mind. BKB not even needed. So it's all right.
So what are you guys thinking is Mineski going to take away from this game now?
Don't get too cocky. Like the 2 fights they had was a big swing. That gave them a lot of momentum, and then that one move from the Sven kind of set them back a lot. So it's going to be one of those things where they say, calm down, don't get too ahead of yourselves. We have this methodical play style that we can follow through on. The game looked good for them if it continued in that trajectory with all the track kills they were starting to rack up. One little move can set you back a hell of a lot, especially against a team of the caliber that Secret brings to the table.
I would say take out the IO. IO is one of those heroes that could punish very easily. We saw it throughout the entire game. You make one misplay, suddenly either OD gets saved or you lose an extra hero on the chasing power of IO. So I think they banned in game 1, right? I would see it banned in game 3
It was
as well.
banned. But there's so many heroes that you want to ban. There's just
No,
not
that's
enough ban
that's the hero.
slots.
That's the hero.
That's the hero.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well,
Okay.
we'll see if they think so too or not in the third and final game of this first semi-finals. Before that, we're going to head into a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We are right back. Which means that game number 3 is just around the corner. Now, Secret took that second game. Mineski had the first one in the bag. Now, of course, the big question is who is going to make it to the finals? And interested to see what they're coming up with. You were saying that clearly Wisp needs to be banned out. Gareth, where do you see the biggest priority of a ban here for each of those teams?
I think Wisp is probably one of the bigger ones. I don't know now if Mineski will still think that Nyx is like a real big go-to hero, because Secret have shown that they can deal with it. Game 1 it was a little bit iffy. He was running around and causing a lot of havoc for Secret, but they'll likely still let that one through, showing that it's not such a big deal. So maybe Mineski think about swapping that offlane hero out Nyx and maybe try and get themselves, a Batrider or a Slardar, something like that, which they have utilized a hell of a lot in the past couple of days.
Even the Timbersaw as well, you're talking about earlier. Timbersaw is also an option they could go for. I think it depends on what they need in the offlane. He wasn't able to really achieve much in game 2. I think it's just because of how Secret was able to react to this Nyx assassin. The Invis, it wasn't really a surprise anymore. He didn't bring to the table what Mineski actually needed. So do they maybe? I think they may have to consider going back for a more utility-based offlane, a hero that's able to help set up for the team and allow Mineski to at least follow through with whatever they have for their cause.
I think that's something that Secret have done great, right? They've banned back Slardar in the past 2 series.
Yeah.
And what's left for him? Beastmaster they don't play a lot of. Tidehunter again, not one of the go-to heroes, and they've kind of just been like, well, Nyx is there, we may as well take him.
Exactly.
I think Nyx has been fine. He found a lot of OD kills throughout the mid game. In the team fights, he struggled a little bit, but I don't think Nyx is really built for the team fights anyways. He didn't have the aghanims really necessary to facilitate team fights. I thought RR did his job. I'm going to pin it on the rest of the team. not really stepping up and doing their best. But
So you feel like Nyx could be a thing in the third game as well? Or do you think they kind of will think they have to replace him?
I think he played well enough to justify a repick.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it depends on Secret's bans. Like, I think if Secret will let through the ban or Slardar, then Mineski might consider changing it up.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if Nyx is the kind of offlane hero that's remaining for their hero pool, they'll just go with it. And
I don't think Slardar's going to come through. I'm pretty sure Secret always either first or second bans it in every single game. So RR's not getting that Slardar. Unless Secret change something and say that, oh, this was a problem last game, we're going to ban it so they don't pick it up this game. But I see the Slardar being banned again.
I have to say, though, even though we're in Game 3, obviously the
look at
teams
that.
tied
Wristband.
1 game apiece. I think Mineski has won the early game 2 games in a row. Remember Sven being super big in Game 2 because of the early advantage?
There's been a nice,
I'd
like...
say Secret actually won early game.
In the
last
second
It,
game.
it depends on your
Yeah.
definition of early game, right? Like, there's
Yeah.
been a kind of ebb and flow between these two teams where Secret wins like the first 4 or 5 minutes, Mineski react and come back, and then the next 4 or 5 minutes are theirs. Then Secret react again. It's been this kind of back and forth between them where they're figuring each other out. And in series and in tournaments like this, they've got to really try and figure out what each other's up to. Game 3 comes through. Puppy's probably got something in his mind.
Ogre is available and Secret have first pick. Now I'm wondering if Secret goes for it, and they do. Stupid question. Excuse me.
But
So
at least they listened to Lumi this time and banned Wisp right away. So good job, Lumi. Good call.
I mean, it's
It was obvious.
it's
for
quite
you.
obvious, yeah, actually.
now
So-
I'm wondering if Mineski has found a solution to sort of deal with this Ogre Magi that is going to be roaming for Secret. Unless Secret plays mind games, makes Mineski think it's going to be Puppy playing, and then instead they change it and put Pylai instead on the Ogre.
Mid 1, mid Ogre.
So do you feel like
Mid one, mid Ogre.
that Undying will would that still work without the draw?
Without the drow.
Yeah, because you didn't you? Yeah, wait,
Oh,
was it
oh,
the Undying as a counter to the Ogre, making him stay in
Undying
the.
is a hero that functions similar to Ogre, so he'll do the exact same that an Ogre would be doing.
Yeah.
So
okay.
he would want to keep someone stationary in their lane. So, for example, if Mineski were the ones to get Undying, that means that Puppy would have to stay in the Undying lane because that lane is going to have issues with only Pylai as support. It depends if Mineski plays the Undying. That's the biggest thing. Like, we can always talk about how Undying is the perfect counter, but if Mineski doesn't play it, what's the point? So
Well, they definitely went for that Nyx again, so they felt like it was played well enough to justify a repick. as,
I
you
believe
said.
so, yeah.
Same opening bans by Secret again. Bat Slardar.
Yep.
brownie points for Lumi, by the way.
Yeah, definitely.
What's happened to Sand King? 'Cause that used to be super popular.
I guess the offlane players of both of these teams are not a big fan of it.
I've never seen Kezu play Sanky.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to see OD going the other side here for...
The mid one's
Mineski.
smiling. He's like,
was
take
so
my
happy.
OD. Oh my gosh.
He's eyeing up that monitor.
Is he grinning, or am I just
I don't know, it's like a
imagining that?
scowl
Like, they all
and a
seem
grin.
kind of happy.
It looked like a grin.
It looked
Yeah.
like, yeah.
It could be the lights playing.
Could have been anything. Well,
remaining.
that's a nice
Ooh,
catch. All right, a sniper.
Interesting. So Sniper for Team Secret. So this is supposed to be mid up against an OD, right? This was considered a hero that is able to deal with OD, with range.
Yeah, pretty much, because OD, with his early levels of his Astral Imprisonment, has to get
Pretty
quite up close, and that you put yourself very vulnerable to a gank, as well as just being harassed down.
And Shrapnel is overpowered.
Yeah, it's quite good. It's quite good.
It is ridiculously good. I mean, what was it during the, not just the Boston major qualifiers, but even prior to that, we saw Imperial playing a lot of Sniper as well towards the mid lane. Then we started seeing it in the Boston major qualifiers against OD. Not only is Sniper good in that 1v1 matchup, like you said, against the Astral, but also it's kind of difficult to gank him. You know, he throws a Shrapnel down, slows someone who's roaming in.
Yep.
You don't have to control runes because you don't buy bottles, so you just static in lane, you're CSing whilst you force your opponents to come to you.
Yeah, I think Sniper ultimately is a very good hero against Mineski's playstyle. If you ever overextend against this hero on the way back, trying to retreat against the Sniper is a nightmare. And as we saw in Game 2, Mineski sometimes get themselves into a little bit too deep of a situation. So gotta watch out for that one.
I'm really worried for OD, actually. Because if there's going to be an Ogre roaming around in the middle lane, just throw the slow onto OD plus Shrapnel. OD's not going anywhere. He's going to be stationary. That's going to force heroes to actually defend OD, or he may end up just dying right on the spot. So Mineski, they're going to have to pick up some defensive heroes that are able to TP in and rotate and keep that OD alive, ensure that he at least gets a decent laning phase, because if he doesn't do well versus a sniper, oh boy, OD is not going to be able to touch that lane.
Rather than TPN, another option is just to have another support constantly sit mid.
But what support can zone out a sniper?
Skywrath?
Well, not necessarily zone out, but like force him to position around. Elder Titan comes to mind, you put a spirit on sniper, suddenly he has to be afraid of a stomp. And also, I think Elder Titan is actually a fairly good hero against sniper, because in the mid game it gives vision. It forces sniper to constantly dance in team fights, because if he sits in place, he gets stomped, and suddenly he is very vulnerable.
Now, Gareth mentioned Skywrath Mage. How do you feel that will play into what they have so far?
It's pretty nice against the Ogre as well, just the fact that you've got magic damage to chip away at him. Pretty good against the Sniper, because you do have that ranged nuke to, again, burn through regen and trade efficiently, give OD a bit of space in the first 2-3 waves to actually get CS. But fitting it into a draft is often difficult. One of the only teams that really does it decently is NP here and there, but...
Where do you see the difficulty in fitting him in?
5 seconds.
He's very squishy. He needs levels, needs to get to that level 6 to actually get that nuke damage out. And he isn't really versatile, right? He doesn't have any sustain heal, doesn't really have a saving mechanism.
So you can shut him down.
He's more of an aggressive.
He can't flash farm, he's like up in your face, but if that doesn't work in the laning stage, he can fall off very heavily.
Yeah.
All right, Juggernaut is being banned. So won't see him this time around.
What about the OD Oracle?
10 seconds remaining.
Oracle could work.
Mineski's played Oracle once this tournament, I think, with an
5
OD.
seconds
It's the
remaining.
kind of old school Purifying Flames, Essence Aura, haha, infinite heal and infinite
Although,
nuke.
to a certain degree,
Reserve
Oracle's ult sort of helps set up for the sniper. Like, he knows when the duration's going to run out, so if they're going to come out of it low, they may get assassinated.
Okay. I think obviously against sniper, you want heroes that could go up to his face. Juggernaut was taken out because Juggernaut quite frequently buys a Blink Dagger in the mid game, but Slark comes online much earlier with that Shadow Blaze. So both these teams kind of flipping core heroes, as now it's going to be Mineski getting OD and Slark.
Quite elusive if you think about it now. They've got a Nyx that can crawl away. You've got the Astral coming out from the OD. Now you have a Slark, one of the most elusive heroes in the game. Whereas, where's the catch mechanism for Secret?
Yeah, what we used to see with Sniper a lot, back in the day was Bounty with Sniper, Slardar with Sniper, but Disruptor with Sniper was a huge one. Thunderstrike gives you vision, you've got Glimpse back to actually pull them sort of, again, into range for the Sniper. Great Static Storm against Slark and OD to actually keep tabs on them in team fights. But Disruptor has been kind of an awkward hero recently. Sure, you apply pressure to your offlaner, but if you're stuck at level 1 or 2, getting to level 6 can be so difficult. Again, it's kind of the same thing as a Skywrath Mage. You can have laning power presence and you can conceivably have teamfight power with your ultimate, but getting to that point before you get overrun by this Mineski side can be awkward.
Before he gets level 2 as well, he's actually a very weak babysitter. In most circumstances, Disruptor can be zoned out of an offlane just by a strong offlaner. He's a very finicky hero. Once he gets to level 3, he's fine, because you have that glimpse, but before you reach that level 3, he is a very, very vulnerable support that can be easily picked off if the offlaner maybe even gets support through a roaming bounty. But I don't mind the Disruptor being picked up here for Secret if they want to go in that direction. Maybe going for a Shadow Demon instead, that's still available in the pool, gives them a disruption.
Radiant team pick.
Warlock. And Gareth is giving a little chuckle there. Why is that?
So, I love Shrapnel as an ability, but I think one of the most underrated abilities in Dota 2 is Upheaval. It is the most annoying thing. If you're a hero that wants to try, pounce away and try and, shimmy yourself out of a team fight, sort of micro mobility in team fights, like an OD. OD doesn't want to be, slowly turning around, slowly moving around, changing targets. He wants to find a target, hit them. If he has to turn, and he has to actually move during the team fight, and Upheaval's on him, and Shrapnel's on him, one of the biggest kind of counters to OD, 7-8 months ago was Batrider, because of Sticky Napalm. Actually stopping OD from latching onto someone and killing them is such a great thing. So now you look at Team Secret saying, okay, you might want to play aggressively into us. You've got a lot of damage, you've got a decent amount of catch. We're going to make sure that you never reach our heroes.
I used to be on the Upheaval train myself
Not
as well.
anymore?
Because numerically, like 80% slow.
Insane.
Yeah, it's insane. But if you look at the heroes that are so mobile, for example, Slugger just pounce out the Upheaval. OD normally gets things like Force Staff or Hurricane Pike. it's great if they just sit in there and it's slowed, but a lot of times heroes have ways to get out of it. And conversely, if you get Fatal Bond allows you to get so much damage for the rest of your team. So that's why we see, I think, players opting for the Fatal Bond a little bit more. But
4-4-1 builds.
Yeah. We're going to see the Lifestealer, actually.
Yeah, and we see the CM on Mineski, which they also run in the first game, and that worked out really well for them. But yeah, Nakes for Team Secret, how do you guys feel about that one?
It's quite good against the Lifestealer in the offlane, because a lot of times he protects himself using that spike, and then you can't go on him anymore. But as soon as you see that spike, you pop your own rage, you go, and you chomp him down. Also, Crystal Maiden now doesn't have a way to lock him down. The only thing I am concerned about is you don't have that vehicle to bring him in. You don't have the Slaughter, you don't have the Bat Rider, you don't even have a support that could just get in the fight. So I guess the mid hero now, the offlane hero has to be the one doing it.
Could be a Timbersaw. They were talking about earlier.
Sure.
That could be a mode of transport here for the Lifestealer.
Could be a TIE Hunter getting an early blink.
Last man out by Mineski is the Tide.
It's weird because normally you pick up drafts where there's 1 or 2 heroes that can provide a mode of transport, but it looks like it's just going to be the one. Unless maybe the Ogre is going to be some weird van that you bought and just like, oh, okay, let's see what we can find.
I mean, potentially what we see here is what a lot of the Chinese teams and a lot of what Adfinum started doing during the Boston Major was having the sort of aggro dual safe lane. It's kind of hard to give a name to it, but they put their
Sounded good.
their primary carry into the off lane with a support, and then at sort of 4 or 5 minutes, once they've given their off laner or safe laner, 4 or 5 levels, they swap them. So you have
so kind of what
farm
they did
priority.
in game 1 with the SD Luna
Team
going
Secret's
offensive.
turn to
I'm feeling like an axe here for Team Secret. Okay,
Oh, cool.
Earthshaker.
Okay.
I saw Kezu playing this in a pub a couple games.
Learning from Yapso?
Yeah.
Running for yourself.
Sure, but can he actually get that early blink is the question. Slark is no slouch laning against. You get Panzer dead as a Shaker. There's really no way that you could survive that lane. So to me, this is... I guess Puppey has a lot of confidence in Kezu's offlane ability.
Iron Talon jungle.
Oh god, no. Please.
Carrot's like, no, please. Not Iron Talon.
I don't see what else.
Well, what else can he do?
I don't see what else he can do,
He
honestly.
can block the creep wave, but that's practically about it. Unless they do something interesting, maybe aggressive try, put the Earthshaker safe lane, but even then, I don't think that's going to secure his lanes.
If they do the Lifestealer wall up top, Ogre sits mid with a sniper for a bit, and the Earthshaker will be in a 1v1 against Nyx potentially.
Yeah, that could work.
How does EOS match up against Nyx? Does he win? Does he win that lane with Iron Talon and the Enchant Totem?
Not even Iron Talon, he just enchant
Enchant
Totem.
Totem
Just
hit the creep, right?
And Rubik is the last pick for Mineski. How do you guys feel about those 2 drafts?
Lumi?
I think Mineski has very good ways to get onto the sniper. They got the Slark, they got the Nyx, and even Rubik picking up the Link Dagger in the mid to late game. So I think Mineski's got the draft to win it. But again, it comes down to mentality. Will they self-destruct?
Who wants it more? That's really what it comes down to, right, Lumi? Well, we will find out in this 3rd and final match between Secret and Mineski. So get ready. We're going to hand it over to our casters.
I love Zoe's question of who wants it more. Winter, how much did you want to see an Earthshaker picked up in your 5th?
Nope, I did not want to see an Earthshaker. I wanted to see a Slaughter or a Sand King. Better in the lane and does basically the same job as
It's what
Earthshaker.
you were sitting there going, it's Ogre +1, it's Ogre +1
Yeah,
to go
Ogre
to that
plus Sand
offlane.
King or Ogre plus Slaughter would be very like Ogre plus Sand King would be the most difficult lane for the Slug to handle.
Now, let's get underway. It is time for our decider, Mineski versus Team Secret, who will be coming back tomorrow for our grand final, the full best of 5, to go up against, well, we don't know yet. We still have 1 more best of 3 to play out tonight as well, so tons more Dota to come tonight. Burn the midnight oil, get the coffees. We'll push through tonight.
You know what? This is a dream Rubik game. Look at the spells he can steal.
There's like almost nothing which they can just cast to get rid of it, right?
I mean, Ogre spells are pretty useful. The Bloodlust, apart from the stun. Bloodlust or Ignite. Anything for Warlock.
Radiant Jungle, here they come. The Fissure, Raging Potato is not locked in the trees.
He's fine.
Is able to pounce out in time. No extra control
no
available.
first blood here for Secret, but they're going to be able to get a deep sentry down, blocking the camp. This is going to help the Earthshaker
30 seconds
immensely in
to
the lane.
battle.
He's going to want to, the way you play Earthshaker is going to want to like block the creep, so fissure, so you get levels, so you don't want to supposed to be able to pull. Oh, Puppey here warding off the camp here, stopping the CM from jungling. But CM does have his
They're
own
staying
sentry.
here a very long time. Like, Puppey's not even out yet. Miracle's
Puppey.
moving over. Raging Potato jumps in. There's your pounds. Keizu doesn't really want to have to use his vision, but now they split up the fight. With the shrapnel down, they look to fight on that bottom room. Raging Potato dropping down very low. Another defensive imprisonment being cast out. Will it be enough space created with Puppy being the one taken out of play? The Slark is able to move back and away.
Yep, America's going to be forced to move around a lot before returning to middle lane. Can't really take the fastest route, but not going to miss too many creeps, it seems.
Did they actually start this as Nagro? No. Pilot Eye is moving off the lane.
It's definitely 2-on-2. Like Warlock plus Lifestealer top and Ogre plus 1 bottom. Ogre plus Earthshaker, not the most conventional, you know.
Warlock's going to be a bit of a pain in the butt to start with. Like he's holding in the mid lane. While up on the top lane, it's Lifestealer just having to tank through the Rubik as well as the Nyx Assassin.
Yep, Slug is definitely going to have the harder trade-off here against the Ogre. He's going to suffer a lot more than the Lifestealer, I imagine. Lifestealer should still be able to farm in this lane. It's pretty difficult for the Rubik plus Nyx to pressure the Lifestealer a lot. But so far, Warlock hasn't really returned. He's chosen to stay mid and try to help out the sniper.
He's keeping the OD away. Like with Shadow Word, Miracle's always going to remain low. He doesn't have a lot of consumables up his sleeve.
Yep, if you think about the way they are allocating their resources, because Lifestealer is still farming at top, so I think this is a really good move. If the Lifestealer is not farming top, then you want to have the Warlock go to top as ASAP. But because he's at least still farming, so the Warlock can dedicate his time to zone out the Miracle and the OD here. I think this is a very good place from Secret.
They're really having a little bit of a... Like, Warlock is really going ham on the OD underneath the tier 1 tower. Like, Pilot is not giving this up, and you have to remember the amount of damage that Shadow Word does. It keeps dropping Miracle down, so you're now burning a salve. You're still sitting in 140 gold. This bottle is so far away.
He used up all his regen and he has 2 last hits so far. This OD is having a really, really bad time, and their supports are not going to be able to help him so easily.
Staff versus Staff. Miracle still doesn't win this. Every time he comes back, he's got no choice. The bottom lane, the Fissure, actually holding Jules in. The Earthshaker Fissure block. It's been a while, but it works beautifully. Jules on the run, grabs the bounty, and they got movement coming over from Miracle, but Jules runs up. He has to make a break for the Ancients. He can't go for the straight run, so they're waiting for the timeout for Puppy. Experience pays off, waits for the Agents to attack, and then drops the club on the Rubik's head.
Yep, good fissure there by Kezu there, blocking off the Rubik, and there's no way the Rubik could escape that. And he's going to TP himself all the way back to bottom lane to ensure that the Slug doesn't get pressured by the Ogre, but Ogre has already left the lane. So
yeah, it's now 3 heroes coming into the mid. Miracle, there's your Ignite. Pilot Die, combine up the Shrapnel. You talked about before, Upheaval. He has to defensively imprison. There's Puppy to keep the slows going. So you get Ignite and you get Shrapnel, plus the amount of damage which is being done from range by Warlock and mid one.
Yep, this is like the Ogre pressuring the lanes, like I mentioned. If you don't have really good lanes, the Ogre is going to be allowed to run around and just do his thing in the other 2 lanes, and it's going to cause a lot of problems. And if you look at the matchup as well on top lane, Lifestealer is perfectly fine 1v1 against Nyx. Nyx is going to struggle a lot once he's left alone by the Rubik. Just one Blightstone, and the Nyx is not going to be able to lane effectively against the Lifestealer. So once again, for Secret, all the lanes are going very well for them. Earthshaker has not gotten too much last hits, but he has gotten a good amount of experience.
That's an upside for him. Team Secret, like, this laning phase looks to be probably the most stable they've had out of the entire series, really. And what does Mineski even do to try and stop it? The panel described Mineski as like the guys that just want to run and kill you, right?
I mean,
how do you do that when you got a Rubik as well as a Crystal Maiden?
Do you even know why this is the first game they've been having such a good laning phase? Because
if you say it's because they've got Ogre, they had it before.
Because they had Ogre the first time. The last 2 games they didn't get Ogre.
Double damage.
You're not a believer in Ogre.
Yeah,
Ogre is a hero that wins you the lanes.
I'm not drinking the winter juice on that one.
So Puppy here once again moving, trying to find an opening somewhere. Has 1 point of 1 skill point saved up, deciding whether he wants to go for the stun or he wants to go for the second point in Ignite. The scan comes out from Radiant.
Yeah, they know Pilot Ice hovering around near the Ancients.
3 heroes again for Miracle.
It's kind of funny, like this time around, like Team Secret looking to block out.
Earthshaker is even around the mid lane, so they're gonna try to kill the OD here with the Fissure.
Oh, the Fissure will connect. Pilot Eye comes in close. Here comes your Shrapnel. Ninja Boogie tries to create a little bit of space. There's a little bit of ice block applied to Puppy. So he was unable to walk away and keep the control going.
I mean, they kind of hoped like the fissure was gonna reach the tree
trees.
area, so they block him off, but wasn't enough.
You still keep him down. Like the bottle is coming pretty much now.
Just imagine if it was like a Sand King, then bottom lane would have been able to stay bot and pressure the slug. So because he's just an Earthshaker, like there's not much he can do at this point right now. He's gonna have to hope for his team to make some moves towards bottom lane at some point.
Should we actually look for a faster rotation on the Slark just to try and balance out what's happened in the mid?
He's gonna obviously try to farm the Shadow Blade. I think he gets a Shadow Blade first before he starts rotating to make space for the OD, because OD is suffering a lot in the early game right now. So it's gonna be up to the Slark to make space, or even the Nyx at some point.
But if you wait that long, like who do you even attack? Like by that point, you should have the armlet over on MP thanks to the start he's got. The sniper may even have like 4-star for Dragonlance, so he's gonna be playing the range game. Keizu is gonna have nothing.
I think the Warlock probably would be the prime target.
So he's just gonna hunt the supports down.
Yeah, because the support is gonna look for a lane, you know, or even jungle, try to get his level 6. So that's gonna be an opening for the Slark to hunt him down, to slow down the 5-man from Secret.
I suppose MP might just go into the jungle anyway. So yeah, that would create the space on top lane for the kill.
Yeah, so at the moment right now, Mineski has finally gotten a breath of fresh air from the Ogre rotations. OD's starting to farm up some jungle, has level 5, 2 null talismans. But Sniper plus Lifesteal is on top of the leaderboard. Oop, a stun there. Steals the creep.
No creep for Crystal Maiden, no free money.
6 minutes in, the CM is level 2.
Yeah, this is she had to hug the bottom lane. Like most Crystal Mains just want to take your Frostbite, go into the jungle and get your farm that way, but you went for Nova to start with too.
There was no choice because Ogre was causing all sorts of problems at the bottom. Like, you have to understand how this Ogre hero affects the way you have to play in the early game. Like, he causes so much problems. And not to mention that he blocked off the camp at the start, so CM had to deward as well. So a lot of time wasted there.
And all that money which Crystal Maiden wants to put into items which are more useful, not happening.
Top lane, they're going to try to go on highlight eye, like I said, the easiest target for them.
They need help.
There's no backup though, no one's TPing. So
yeah,
so
here comes the TP, but the Vendetta, I guess it's only halfway through its duration.
Yep.
And it's going to be OD who makes the move. So here's your initial hit, Vendetta plus stun, highlight die. OD Imprisonment just waits a little bit longer, but
the lifesteal
he's dead. He gets the Fatal Bonds off. Oh, okay. Fatal Bonds might make this a little bit more difficult with the Rage from MP. He does have Infest damage, so remember, he's got that little burst pop and he can start attacking RR and focus on him. The Fatal Bonds won't do enough with a Fissure. Keizu will arrive. They're blocked in. They can't get out. They're trapped in there with them. That's why you try and create a little bit of space. Infest pop. Still alive, they're so low. Raging Potato tries to create more space, moves up, kills off Keizu. MP will find that kill. He's on the run. Rage will create a little bit of space, and Pylon Dive brings in the heal with the Shadow Word.
Oh, here comes the Sniper!
Raging Potato's in the tree lines, but it's OD. He puts the Imprisonment out, trying to create the space, throws down the oldie, so the Lifestealer will go down, but OD doesn't escape. In the middle of Shrapnel, Assassination flies to Raging Potato, but he's still up 100 HP. But the Shadow Word, Pylon Dive, he's trying to Dark Pact it off. The damage, 1 HP! 1 bloody HP! And he'll survive!
And he's gonna go down here to Ninja Boogie here.
Oh, can't deny himself up either. Maybe he could have made a run for the Ursa if you didn't have...
Puppy gonna get hunted down by the Nyx here, and Slark is on his way, so it should be an easy kill.
Save him for the Slark. Puppy. Okay, you can try and play the Roshan. Move in, move out. Okay, dodge the pounce. Puppy can't dodge the stun. And that's a very tanky Ogre, but
look at
he still goes down.
Leaving the kill to the carry as well.
Good boy.
Good boy, man. Creates the space, gives the carry the last hit. What more can you ask as a core? I hope to see that more in my pub games.
It sends more bias. This is why you'll never hit 8K, right?
But everyone just steals your kills in the pubs. They don't
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's amazing how hard your life is, Winter.
They steal your kills and they don't buy wards.
You're gonna play in the European scene.
Yeah, I wish. If I had ping, if I had good ping. But right now, Mineski still trying to get the Shadow Blade on Slark. whereas Lifestealer almost has his armlet completed. All the first power items for their cores. Like Slug and Lifestealer are both really similar in nature. They just need one item, and they're going to be really active on the map.
How about we actually talk about Earthshaker a little bit here? Because Earthshaker 3 position, you've gone for your early Arcane boots. He was soaking up some experience in the mid lane before.
Yep. Now you know why I was really why I gave you that look when I saw the Earthshaker pick.
I'm not against the look. Like I have not seen a successful 3-position Earthshaker in a while.
I think the most successful 3-position Earthshaker that I saw was Moon, when OG ran it in what was it? Was it Frankfurt? That was the last time I saw a successful Earthshaker.
So you want to go back almost 12 months to try and find the last
there's a
successful
lot of
Earthshaker.
reasons why Earthshaker is not very good in the offlane right now. Like there's a lot of heroes that does very well in the lane and they do the same job.
They also seem to be able to farm a lot more efficiently
they farm
than
more
the
efficiently and
yes.
they put a lot more pressure because Earthshaker can't do much to the lane. Like you fissure the lane and you get experience, that's about it. And once again, RR gonna hunt.
He needs more help.
He has backup coming. Rubik and CM.
He can only soak up any experience, so here's the first hit, Crystal Maiden. What do we actually get? So Shadow Word gets stolen. Not a bad ability to have.
Useful spell. Really useful spell for, especially the OD, because if you look at their heroes, they don't really have anyone that has an innate heal. Usually with OD, you want to have like Dazzle, Oracle, like heroes that can sustain you, or even an Omni Knight. That's how OD becomes really strong.
Alright, Team Secret have the choice now. They still don't have Rock up, so without the Chaotic Offering, Team Secret...
Here's the book though, here's the Tomb of Knowledge. I call it the book.
The book.
So he's going to have his Chaotic Offering now. We'll see whether Secret decides to take the fight here with the level
there's
6.
the TP. Yep, they're bringing forward. They look for the opening. They start with the assassination. Keep the vision. The Rock!
It
It
was
drops,
slow.
but it was way too late to come in. Raging Potato gets the distance. A Bloodlust has stolen Rubik.
Oh no, is he going to get away?
No, he can't. The,
Yes, Bloodlust.
the Shrapnel will slow him down.
multicast.
Bloodlust does not help anywhere near enough.
But that was totally worth for Mineski right there.
Radiant's
Rock
top
being
tower
dropped
is
and
under
losing
attack.
just a support right there. That was, you would take that trade any day.
Now, Team Secret do at least hold on to their tier 1 town. That's their smaller upsides. They control the jungle a little bit more. I say control the jungle. They don't have the orbs and sentries they had down previously. So they're not seeing the invis movement. So Nixus, well, he gets hit by a fissure. But more importantly, he's soaking
Radiant's top
experience
tower
at the
is under
moment.
attack.
I mean, it's not a big deal for mid one as long as he's getting all the last hits. And there's no backup here for the Knicks to get this kill. He has a ward up. So maybe he's going to try and place a deep ward. Oh,
Slug's
maybe
coming
not.
over.
Here comes backup. That's CM.
Crystal Maiden's on the front. The Slug kind of got a little bit zoned out by the Ogre previously, but now, mid one, he just starts the assassination. He won't be able to complete it though. And MP, also
good
way too
TP
late.
out.
Ninja Boogie, with the infest damage, it was almost enough. We should go back to mid lane, where the stuns will keep the Nyx Assassin in position, while the rest of Mineski do bail out of mid.
Oh, this Nyx is just putting in so much work for his team right there. Making so much space, hunting down heroes, giving his team information about the whereabouts of the Ogre, the other heroes. And R has just been the player right now, 10 minutes into the game for Mineski.
And good abilities. Rubik just stole infest.
So you go into the Nyx.
You go into the Nyx,
Okay,
you come in, you get the instant pop damage, you get the control.
pretty useful spell. I mean, I like that. So Nyx ganks right now are becoming more scary.
There's something else like where is the carrier for the life
You can
stealer?
even infest the Slug actually, would be also a
Like-
good option. Oh, he's going to go to the Nyx right now, so...
Like this infest maneuver right now, which is coming out,
Earthshaker.
is so much more effective than what even Secret can do, because Earthshaker can't close the distance
Oh,
until he's got his blink
They're
dagger.
gonna go in and maybe find mid one again. They're pinging him. They see the ward. They see the Earthshaker with the ward. Okay, then they're just gonna get the Earthshaker.
He's a guaranteed kill. Very, very simple, and he'll only lose 100 gold, but it still keeps him away from the blink dagger.
Man, this Earthshaker is gonna have a really late blink dagger at this point. Like, there's not much space and room because Lifestealer and Sniper would occupy the rest of the.
Poppy's got
the
more
lanes.
net worth than he does right now. But it's also because they gave Poppy more space in the lane.
I mean, he died one time and Earthshaker died too, so Earthshaker has more deaths. And this Earthshaker right now, he's just basically gonna sit behind and fissure and try to hope that the Golem initiation plus the fissure will be enough for them to win a fight. He needs to get his dagger by winning his team a fight. He can't really like farm his way to the dagger, you know. Like, it's gonna be too dangerous for him against the Nyx and the Slug.
So he needs the perfect fissure into a Mineski, like...
Golem, fissure, like they need to time. Remember previously when they were trying to go on the Slug when they didn't time their spells properly? That cannot happen again. They have to time their Fissure and ROG.
ROG's getting ready to fight, but
Radiant's top
too late.
tower has
Tier 1
fallen.
tower will drop on top.
Yep, they have their Golem up again, so they should be looking to fight once more.
And
Every-
Crystal Maiden's actually really close to both Earthshaker and Warlock with that Golem up.
He's really trying desperately to farm the dagger here. Look at Kezu. He might just lose his life here
They
again.
want to fight him. So you start off, Nova, nice little stun. Keizu still has his Echo Slam available. He's not going to throw it out with just Raging Potato underneath the tower. Shadow Dance is too easy to escape from
That
it.
was still really good for Mineski. They force out rotations and they TP out. And that's like what TP wasted by Puppy. Not accomplishing anything, opening up more space for his team to farm. Nyx on his way to top lane, but there's going to be a deep observer once again. Like both the teams on top of their game in terms of placing wards, having good vision around the map.
Good early warning system. Keeps this game very close as well. Like only 15.5 minutes in. The net worth is leaning the way of Mineski with the Slark pretty high up.
Yep.
But this is when Sniper and Warlock, like this whole thing is going to start coming together.
Secret are the team that wants to fight more, basically.
They're actually ancient live stealing this stuff now.
I mean, why not? At this point, it's very difficult for Mineski to, kill the golem. So he's just gonna be a nuisance up front, and giving the sniper just enough time and room to remove the tower.
And they got obviously to get out jail free card if they want to drop the chaotic offering.
I mean, right now Secret is still really strong with the rock. Oh, they're gonna find the warlock.
Pylai die. He came in to do an aggressive Observer Ward, so not only will he lose his life, or maybe the imprisonment, he dropped down the Observer Ward right on top of a sentry, so Pylai, yet one more attack from the Slark will do it. And what do they steal? Bloodlust up, well, send them in further forward. The Fissure creates some more space for Raging Potato. Echo Slam holds him in position, so is the Totem. The damage is there, the rock will drop, but the damage, the imprisonment, it kept the Slark out of trouble, so Potato can bounce himself away, but MP trying to get close to the assassination. Raging Potato will drop at MP. He's armor toggling his way through this. He'll come back out of the imprisonment. He should survive, and that he does. Mineski will lose 4 and mid-1 from downtown will take a triple kill on the Sniper.
And like I said, Earthshaker can only get his blink from winning a fight, and he's very close to it. That fight was all Pylai. He bought back right away and was able to get to the fight on time to drop that golem. Like he won his team that fight with a buyback. Good decision making from Pylai.
Really cheap when it's only 17 minutes into the game,
And
so
you're
no
a support.
expense.
Buying back this early just to win a fight for a team totally worth it.
Don't you just wish more supports would buy back at critical moments in your pub games, Winter?
Yeah, why not? They're gonna just save the goal, to get what? Midas. All the supports want to get a Midas.
As long as Earthshaker picks up a Blink Dagger, then Team Secret can at least be happy with what's happened. He's 100 gold short of it at the moment.
Yep,
And he's
still
gonna find that
still
farm
a
up
pretty
top
decent
lane.
timing because they managed to win a team fight with the chaotic offering. So Team Secret right now in a much better position.
Mineski still have a lot to work with, however. Like, obviously, their composition is really nice. For Nyx Assassins, rotations, if he just gets a little bit of quicker help, then it's going to be good, but that's when you see the Nyx and the Slark causing issues for Team Secret. But they need to have some nicer rotations to not catch Team Secret as 5 heroes.
They want to draw out the game basically with their Slug plus OD combination. I think if the game just goes late, I don't really see the Sniper and Lifestealer being able to fight the Slug and the OD, provided the Slug and the OD have enough items. So Secret basically right now, they want to use the Earthshaker plus the Warlock to take as much as they can on the map.
Oh, they're going to see a target.
Oh, blink.
Keizu doesn't actually have his Echo Slam, but with the Fissure, that was quick. He got caught.
That was a really big kill there. And the Blink Dagger reveal, getting a carry kill, so one of the biggest kills that you can get right now as soon as you get the dagger, so that's going to help Secret maybe get a tower. They have Warlock Golem up in 24 seconds, so I think they should be in a good position right now to claim another objective on the map.
I think they know that Nyx is sitting in the tree line at the moment.
Did they see you? Like walk in?
I don't know if they actually... No, because he was in Vendetta. He was in Vendetta. They had a sentry ward at the bottom lane.
It's a sentry around the lane though.
And now, they see him. He's got to be just... And the creep wave's now attacking him. RR definitely knows, but Keizu, he's here. Keeps the stun going. They drop down the secondary sentry. Spike Carapace to make this difficult. He turns for the stun. Starts the TP, but they still knew where he was. Lifestealer will take the kill. Nyx Assassin
Good fissure there by Kezu, blocking off the path for the Nyx assassin and allowing the lifestealer to move in to get the kill there.
Mineski took a little bit more space on their cause. So Slark was adding pressure towards the mid lane. Crystal Maiden's getting some farm and some levels on the top, so she doesn't have to be full forever too.
Yep, but they're gonna run out of time soon though. Like Secret is just gonna control the map and just use the threat of having the golem all the time to be able to just get the towers. Because if you're Mineski, you don't really want to fight into the golem unless you're gonna be able to initiate and kill the warlock first. But it's not that easy to find the warlock all the time. You know, they were able to win the last fight because they found the warlock first, but it's not gonna happen that easily anymore.
Team Secret gonna be as quick as they can with this
objective. With the warlock golem up, it's very sure that Secret is gonna be stronger in all the 5v5 engagements, and they're gonna be able to take objectives.
They look like they're grouping up to smoke. Yeah, they are.
They have a DD on slot.
They're coming over, but the dire scan's already been used, so the second they hit it, they know. Like Rage nice and close. Team Secret, they want to fight. They have an Aegis. They haven't committed anything big, and now came through the blink! Echo and the Rock! Fatal bonds are tying Mineski's fates together! And that is going to be a very quick kill on half and a bit of Mineski's team. Raging Potato hiding in the trees, but the Observer Ward, it sees him and he knows it. He's making a break for the bottom lane.
Man, the hero of that fight was Puppy there. He moved up intentionally to break the smoke, and he did it in purpose so Mineski would focus him first, so it gave the Earthshaker just a free ticket to get the Echo Slam off. That was just perfect play by Puppy that's setting up Kezu on the Earthshaker for that big Echo Slam and fissure.
And that's pretty confident from Mineski to move over, like Team Secret, not using any major abilities. They just picked up an Aegis and you want to fight into that?
Yeah, they were just like overconfident with the double damage on Raging Potato. They were like, oh, we have DD on slot. We might be able to burst someone down before the fight starts and take the fight from there. Despite having the Aegis, they were still like, we can take the fight. Just being overconfident there, Mineski, going to cost them very, very dearly.
MP's on the run. The stolen shrapnel on Rubik. Just helping dissuade Team Secret from finishing the tier 2 tower. And TP's out will be successful. So Mineski need to stem the bleeding at the moment.
Yep, and in the team fights, they have to find the sniper. Look at his items right now. He's just going to deal so much damage in the fights. The Slug went for a dagger just specifically to deal with the sniper in the fight, so he has to find him. And Solar Crest completed on the Ogre.
What is this Lifestealer? He can't pick it up, so he may as well deny it. But the amount of ancient work he's been doing, and the fact that he gets bloodlusted up.
Dude, this creep is actually really strong. You know, his spell, the Frenzy, you cast it on... It's very underrated, you know, when you get this creep, you cast the Frenzy onto your carry, whatever. Like Sniper would be a good example for that. I don't see it used enough. Like, most of the Chen players would get the Golem for the Aura, the HP Aura, and the Ancient Black Dragon for the Armor Aura. But this creep is also very good for that attack speed.
Got a new disable to add to Team Secret, so the build for the Earthshaker was Blink into Yule Scepter.
The use is just a useful item in general for the hero. You can't really force stop out from the slot, so...
Miracle. Where's that Blink? Kezu. He doesn't have his ultimate up yet, so there's no instant hit.
Gosh.
But with the Fissure, they just try and keep RR controlled.
He's
and
so close.
Sniper.
He was so close to his blink. He was like 2100 gold and he's dead again. Oh.
I'm wondering at this point if you just say, you know what, just don't give me my blink. I gotta go straight Aghanim Scepter. We have to hold the high ground against Team Secret.
I guess that's not a bad idea either. At this point, because of the lead Secret has, but Secret is not going to let the Nyx get an Aghanims at this point.
Yeah. But you need something, because right now Team Secret are going to take your mid-ranks if you don't defend it.
Yep, Golem's up, so they have everything they need to pressure.
Golem's up, Echo Slam is up. All they need is Mineski to clump.
Yep, they even have an urn. Like, this is a very important item. Sometimes I see teams overlooking. Like, you don't get an urn when you have like a Warlock push strat.
Not even just an urn. Like, you got a Solar Crest over on Puppy.
So he's looking for like the initiation again. Like Puppy once again. Look at Puppy. He's running up.
There's a fissure. He jumps in. They instantly kill off the Rubik. Miracle drops the hammer. However, quick rebuttal into the Earthshaker. The Raging Potato MP now finds himself alone. The rock will drop. They use the assassination. Raging Potato's got the distance on him. However, so Aegis Immortal will break. Golem's not really that happy fighting up against an OD.
Oh, they went in too deep there for Secret. Puppy was trying to do the same thing. If you saw that, what he did, he just ran up the ramp, gave vision to Kezu on the Earthshaker, so he could actually find an opening there. But just wasn't the right opening there as they dove in too deep, and mainly the sniper and the wall both were too far to follow up. They couldn't drop the rock or even deal damage with the sniper at that point because it was just way too deep.
It seemed to also be the wrong time because Mineski initiated onto the back line of Secret, which I thought was actually the front line at the time.
Yep. So now RR, because of that fight, has his blink. It's going to allow him to look for the sniper, because sniper's going to be hiding really far behind. He needs that blink to catch him out. Like with the double blinks, they're going to be able to easily kill the sniper if they see him. So mid one going to go for the BKB, so it's going to allow him to survive against that. Good choice here against what Mineski have.
Yeah, and then they've just put all the damage into MP. Just brought up a Crystallis. So they're going to amplify the damage of that Life Stealer.
If he's alive in the fights,
Smoke's breaking. Keizu have to infest, jump straight up onto the hill. The Echo Slam spills out. The Slark didn't stand a chance. MP needs his movement speed to catch up to Ninja Boogie, who now tries to start his TP. They see him in the tree lines, and the Yaw from Keizu cancels the TP out. And Life Stealer is a very easy hit to finish the job. Jules, lucky to survive. He's going to wait here another 18 seconds before that TP's back off cooldown. Meanwhile, Team Secret are forming up for the mid.
Yep, he's gonna have to just push out bottom lane and just come back to base later. But Secret, they're gonna waste no time. This tower looks like it's gonna be going down for sure. They need another 25 seconds for CM. 29
Here's the
seconds for
again. Keizu's using it as a setup for the Fissure, but didn't actually hit it properly, so Miracle out of 4 staff and then quickly moved himself back to the tier 4 towers.
Oh, Fissure stolen. No, Enchanter.
That's not the dream of Jules. Now
Now
MP.
They don't really need to commit for any fights though. Just use the rage, hit the racks, and when the rage is running out, back off.
And then just prepare for next Roshan.
Yep, rinse, repeat if they want to, or just go for Roshan. Roshan is like some time away. Secret is still really content with what they got. Things are not looking good for Mineski right now. They need a lot more items though. I think the OD bare minimum has to complete his BKB for the fights. The Earthshaker is just owning the OD all the time, and the Slug as well. All of them are just constantly being controlled by the Shaker.
Problem is, where does OD farm? Like it's not safe in the Radiant jungle at the moment.
He's like 1,000 go away. It's not that far. Whereas for the Slug, it seems like he's going for a Skadi first.
He's really hoping they get to the late game.
I think they need like both double BKBs to be able to take fights. Without BKBs, I think it's quite impossible for them to run in and take a fight. They're just gonna die when Earthshaker initiates on them.
Well, the Ancient Black Dragon's gonna come over to see his friends, the Ancient Golems, and then just steal one of the last hits as the big one as well.
Why not, Toby? Why not?
Just because he can?
Hey,
he got nerfed. He can only do that at level 11 instead of level 6, right?
Yeah, he's a carry lifestealer. I'm sure that's fine.
Thanks, Frog, for the balance.
Yo, that nerfed the offlane lifesteal where teams were doing it a lot back then.
Yeah. Well, you mean the jungle lifestealer when
Yeah,
Kuro started doing it.
The support lifesteal.
It was the proper 4 core time of Dota. But now it's just the same kind of thing.
I mean, they're just like waiting for Roshan, and they have 2 Ghost Scepters up on both of their supports, the Warlock and the Older.
Raging Potato, he's going to find... And with the Skadi, at least he can slow down the Ancient Dragon. But the Lifesteal will pop out in a second, puts down the fire.
Oh, he has no
and
TP.
now, well, RR's coming over. MP has to toggle, and support is arriving. Keizu jumps in, goes for the Fissure, actually gets stunned up by the Spike Carapace of the Nyx Assassin, who is standing practically on top of him. And that is one Disco Lifesteal, a Shadow Word plus the effect of Mjolnir. You do not want to attack into that. But they may have no choice.
Oh, they're just coming to claim the range racks here.
Okay. Either that or they think they can rotate down to the bottom. They've got all ultis up. They want Mineski to fight into this. So use MP as the frontline shield. Range racks taken. Now Raging Potato. There's the initiation they were kind of hoping for, but not the heavy commitment from Mineski that Secret were waiting for.
Yep, 3 range racks, some team bounty there, and another few minutes before Roshan will be coming up, so Secret can either choose to wait that out or make another move here in the bottom lane. They don't really need the Aegis to push at this point. They could choose the pressure and not commit for any fights until Mineski jumps in. They can always just do the like rage, run up, hit the tower, back off and rage runs out, no risk. And if they dive, you have the Golem and the Fissure.
How do you even stop that if you're Mineski?
You have to run in and start a fight. That's
Well, the only way you're going to do that's about to loop in behind them, because you can't just initiate on a live stealer.
Smoke from behind, I think. With the Slug and the Nyx, you try to get the Sniper and the Warlock first. I think that's pretty much the most ideal way they can start the fight.
Well, they do the smoke now, but they're actually running directly at
They're
Team
worrying
Secret.
about the Roshan. That's why they just smoked and run in. If Secret gets the Roshan, the game is pretty much super difficult for
Oh,
Mineski.
Raging Potato saw it. They may... Oh, they could try Ninja.
This
They don't have a lot of damage to do it, but I don't think they've got another choice.
This is really risky though.
Well, you just have to rely on them.
Just look at the vision. They have no vision, and Secret has like 2 wards in the jungle, so they know something is wrong. They don't see anyone. Mid lane there's no heroes, bottom lane there's no heroes. Something is wrong. This is very obvious, and Mineski is choosing to take a fight here.
Guess coming. Mineski almost in a bit of a pincer position on Team Secret. They're above him, they're below him.
They're scouting out Roshan. RR is running in.
The Sentry Ward. They see RR, the Blink, the Echo Slam. They delete the Nyx Assassin. And now they move on to a new target. Miracle tries to go in Viz, triggers his BKB, breaks free of it, starts up with the orbs, needs to get a little bit more mana into his pool before he can do a little bit more damage. Jules, nice control, Blink out, and a really good disengage here from Mineski.
I guess that means Roshan is Secret's
It's
Roshan
Team
right
Secrets.
now. Yeah, that's not much Mineski can do without the Nyx right now. This is gonna be super difficult for them to defend. They need buybacks. How many buybacks do they have? They have a buyback on Nyx, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Roshan has
There's only 2 heroes on the map right now who have that. So that's Sniper as well as Nyx who have buybacks.
I mean, they are definitely gonna need buybacks to defend their Rex Nyx. Is anyone close to buybacks? Slug is pretty close to buyback, so they.
Everyone's within 800 gold.
I mean, Secret's gonna push now, so I don't know about farming 800 gold, but Slug's gonna get his buyback at least. So there'll be 2 buybacks on Mineski, the Slug and the Nyx. Not sure if it's enough.
And they're really playing the positional game with the Earthshaker. 4-star Fuel Scepter, Blink Dagger. Casey's got a really good initiation range.
Yeah, that's basically all you need as Earthshaker. You don't need too much. You just need to be able to survive, run out, drop your fissure, get out, and come back into the fight.
The last thing he'll be hoping for is maybe a Shiva's Guard. And
Or even a
pretty much done.
Shadow Blade sometimes. You see Earthshakers getting Shadow Blade.
Yep.
Pretty good.
More initiation to work with. Mineski using that stolen shrapnel to slow down the Secret attack. There is a fresh Bloodthorn purchased over the Life Stealer. He gets caught a little bit out of position. But this is what they know from MP. Push him to the front lines, use the Rage, as well as the Armlet toggle just to get as much life back as possible, and then they just do it all over again.
Look at Paladin. Upheaval, bro.
Keep him slow, keep him constrained. He doesn't have a lot of mana to work with, however. He actually cannot combo at the moment.
Oh, there's no arcane boots on anyone.
So like, he's got rock, and if he uses his stick charges,
here
probably
goes the
fail
slug.
upon. So now, Raging Potato jumps in. They start up again, the shrapnel from both sides.
Oh,
Oh,
Jules.
Jules. I don't know if we thought it was on, but he'll buy back in case it does get on. And now it's, oh, Kaiser, he hits the stun. A 3-man follow Fisher. MP jumps forward. Now the rock will drop. Ninja Boogie easily mopped up. 45 seconds for him on the sidelines. No buyback available. So Team Secret, the 1-man advantage, starting to work on their second racks. But MP throwing around. Miracle really regretting wanting to fight that case. He doesn't get the last attack. It's a good stun from RR. Maybe the space created. They burn through the Aegis of the Life Stealer, but they've still got 4 full heroes from Team Secret to deal with. And now they can keep going again. MP can rage up the fissures, crisscrossing out. But Team Secret get what they came for. They burn an Aegis. What a shame. They take the 4 bottom racks. And now it's mid-1. They need something here, Mineski. They're trying to force the fight, but Team Secret willing to take it. They'll move themselves over. A quick pick. Nyx Assassin down. Raging Potato caught from the tree lines. Has to Shadow Dance himself up. Nyx will buy back into the game. The Rubik Suns are creating a little bit more space, but mid-1, the hit! OD! The hammer will drop! Team Secret losing so much life and losing their entire team. OD finally stole every bit of intelligence until Team Secret was so silly they got caught inside the Mineski base.
Yep, that was the slug as well. They were chasing the slug so much that they got out of position and it allowed the OD to just do his thing. Still, Secret got got the rack, so objective completed at the very least, you could say.
Top tower is under attack.
But at a huge cost, losing the whole team and the Aegis on the lifestealer.
How much do we actually swing on that one? So it was at just over 14,000 net worth advantage.
It's gonna go up even more after
Yeah,
the
it's going to take time. The experienced one is the closer one.
I mean, that was like a Earthshaker Echo Slam missed as well. I don't really think Secret needed to do anything, you know. You just need to have the lifesteal, hit the racks, rage. Once rage is over, back off. Like, there's no risk for them to do that.
K2 seems to have the instruction though, like it's just this one-man pop. Like, you find the Slark, you kill the Slark.
Yeah, I guess
and that was the plan there with the
might
Echo
be
Slam.
a team decision for him to move up. But that's definitely not the safest play, because something might go wrong, you never know.
Well, for now, Team Secret looking to defend. They do not have the chaotic offering available, but Keizu, he's definitely looking for some level of initiation. But Mineski, they just push in the lane. Then they take care of the top lane. Nyx Assassin's up there doing that at the moment. And they're preparing for the next fight around Team Secret. Thanks to the pressure they applied on the top lane as well, they can start controlling of Secret's jungle.
Here comes
and get this kind of opportunity. The blink, the stun, the lifesteal, however, inside that Earthshaker. Earthshaker dies very quickly. Now
Yes,
Raging Potato into the Shadow Dance, and maybe Miracle. Where is your damage? Upheaval, stolen by the Rubik. Team Secret can't get the front lines, so the rock will drop from Pilot Eye, creates in space, but Miracle, under the protection of BKB, now force up on the hill. He needs to stun the Fissure from Keizu. Gets there just in the nick of time. Ogamajai will be the one to get the last hit in. But it's Team Secret looking for a little bit more. RR can't finish the job. MP is so low, but not out, and now they go for more. Yule Scepter up, Spy Carapace. He'll end up stunning both the Earthshaker as well as the Ogre, but it won't matter. The Sniper was there to help out.
Yep, Gem is down as well for the Nyx. So another team fight victory for Secret, but they had to use a buyback on Kazu there, but well worth it. Getting the OD kill plus the Nyx on top of it.
And you said it's like, it's nothing, right? Like Keizu dies, nothing of value is really lost apart from giving a little bit something to Mineski.
I mean, as long as you get the kills after you buy back, then it will be okay for your team. Sniper is just getting way out of control right now, plus the lifestealer. Two of the heroes deal too much damage, and the Slug and OD are not being able to keep up in the fights.
It's just this non-stop range damage.
Yeah, it's like all about the initiation.
Top tower is under attack.
Look at that sniper there. Oh my god.
He's a Gatling gun at the moment. And there's nothing that Mineski can really do unless they want to, again, like just that wraparound initiation we're talking about previously.
Yep, with the Nyx, but Nyx is not around now, so...
There's smoke at least from Ninja Boogie. But where's your help? Where's your friends?
No friends here. For Secret right now, the next big decision will be, should we wait for the Roshan, or should we just go top and end the game?
Radiant scanning. They're waiting for Team Secret to initiate on Raging Potato in mid. It doesn't come, however.
They're going to check the Roshan, so Roshan is not up.
How long have we got until? Okay, so it's still a decent amount of time.
Yeah, a decent amount of time. But the last fight went really wrong for Secret, so they might consider waiting for the Roshan before they make any move.
Looks like they're not going to. K2, there's already an infest inside and that courier's flying out. It's got the smoke on it, but they're not going for anything just yet.
They're still waiting. They're not sure of what they want to do yet. Maybe expecting Mineski might be smoking up, going towards the Ancients area, so they were like camping around the trees hoping to break the smoke as well. But
There's see some thinking time.
oh, they see them, so they might decide what to do now. The ward at top lane already saw the 3 heroes, so they're going to move around towards the bottom lane to find a pickoff. The lane is going to push into Mineski's base, so maybe Secret are going to camp outside the base and wait for a hero to defend the lane and get a free pickoff there.
It's either that or you just try and push in the mid and the bottom lane a little bit harder, so it creates more space for Roshan.
Yep, but the safest play would be to wait for the Rosh, since it's already almost time for the Rosh in the next 3 minutes.
But no one's showing themselves just yet. Keizu's too busy farming, so he's there. Initiator for Team Secret. Okay, now they're bringing everyone down. Crystal Maiden, would you like to die first? Jules is raged up, so he's protected.
Dire's courier has been killed.
And then they lose their courier as well. Nyx Assassin's hunting that in the mid lane.
Okay, it seems like they're going to go back and wait for the Roshan. That's the safest play right now. There's no need for them to risk anything after seeing what Mineski did the last time. They could still lose the fight, so there's no point for Secret to make any like risky plays right now. They just need to wait for Roshan.
Well, they got another minute to wait for Roshan before he's up.
This is the third. Yeah, this is the third Roshan as well. So there won't be Aegis and Cheese for.
Yeah, who do you throw that one on?
Everyone has no slots.
Hey, Earthshaker could always take it. No.
Yeah, Earthshaker.
It's almost more useful to give it to the Ogre at this point.
Cheese on the Ogre, I think. Cheese on Ogre and Earthshaker with the Aegis. And they might just free up a slot on the Lifestealer because he's the one. He's the hero sieging the base, so you want him to have the Aegis. He's the frontliner.
He's got a lot of items he can potentially drop.
Probably the Hyperstone. Probably.
Or he just completes a Moonshard and then takes the Aegis to the Immortal, but they've got 28 seconds until Roshan's up.
It's possible. Like, there's no need for Secret to rush anything. They just need to wait for Rosh, go up, complete their last set of items and end the game. And for Mineski, they have to rely on buybacks and the wrap around. The Nyx has to wrap around with the Slug, maybe with the smoke or just going in Vendetta and the Slug running in behind him.
Nyx is still scouting at Roshan. There's no Observer and Sentry down for Team Secret, so they knew that Nyx was poking around. Oh wait, did he see? Yeah, he saw. The Earthshaker went in, and now with actually Nyx TP'd all the way back to base, so they are having.
Look at that Roshan. Is that even a Roshan?
No, that's a kitten. Very quickly killed.
It took them like 5 seconds to.
So Sniper gets the Aegis.
Earthshaker.
Earthshaker will take the cheese. And now they get ready to fight. All ultis up for Team Secret. Yep. This will be the test of Mineski.
They have no MKB on the Slug, so it's going to be difficult for him to take down the Slug.
Well, he's almost got it, 100 gold.
Does he forgo buyback for that?
You almost have to, right? Like, or else you're not killing off the Sniper. Even if you attack the back lines, if you don't have it, you don't kill the Sniper.
OD doesn't have buyback, so both of their main costs have no buyback if they do this. And he probably will go
a choice. Crystal Maiden, bottom lane. Initiation is out. And, well, we asked the question about 2 minutes ago, and finally she says yes. Well,
life
second life.
of a support, Toby.
Sniper. Raging Potato drops to like 2/3 of his life with just a little bit of harassment from mid one. That's not even initiation of Team Secret. And Team Secret having like both the mid and the bot lane pushing in, they know they don't need to control the top lane completely.
Use.
Yeah, up it goes. Nyx Assassin, great double stun. Potato Godfrey tries to create space. Raging Potato got to shut it ends off. He's attacking into mid one. The damage with the bash. He needs to find the kill. He's bailing, but he can't do it in time. He's down. There is no Slark. Now there's no Nyx. It's up to the OD, the last surviving big core of Mineski to hold out Team Secret and keep the hopes alive here in the ROG Masters. At least they still Fatal Bonds.
The Sniper!
Oh boy! Okay, Fatal Bonds. It's not going to do any damage when you can't do any damage. The Rubik tried. And now Crystal Maiden tries to cut the distance. Glimmer Cape in. Sniper's still got the range, so you can Frostbite and let it go. That's all. The Fatal Bonds is up now with the Orb attacks. Miracle tries to do the work. MP, there's the OD ulti, but he loses his life. Buyback's up for the OD. They burn the Aegis, and now Team Secret looking for the Megas. OD is the only man standing for Mineski. Megas are up for Team Secret. Now it's up to the tier 4 tower. Still 30 seconds left before the Slark is back alive. They get the Bloodthorn up. OD into the base, and Team Secret are sending a message. Their regards to the Philippines. Mineski are eliminated, and Team Secret will be the first team into the grand finals of the ROG Masters to face up against either Ehome.x or Execration. Our next best of 3 coming up.
What a showing from Secret after that first game. They really bounced back after that game.
They really did. It felt like so many more things were going their way when you look at this game. The draft just seemed to click a little bit better. The rotations were a lot better. Their laning phase just seemed to be more solid too. Like the very early pickups, you had that OD versus the Sniper. That happened in the first 2 picks from either side. Things just seemed to be really, really crisp for them.
Yep, and they finally got their Ogre.
That they did. Yes, obviously the most powerful hero in the game, according to Winter, is Ogre Magi.
I'm going to convert you to an Ogre believer someday. Ogre is a good hero.
Man, Ogre is fantastic. Team Secret, hey, the Earthshaker worked. Keizu, I'm not going to say it was the greatest thing in the world. The Blink Dagger did take a little bit longer to come online.
Yeah, I just felt like Slada, Sand King would have done the same thing there, but with a faster blink.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a lot more pressure in the laning phase with the Ogre.
It kind of did, like they needed him at the end of the day. Like without his combination with the Life Stealer, most of those initiations from Team Secret would never have happened. It was the evaporation of Raging Potato. Like the instant blink Echo Slam, Slark is gone, and then it's maybe that's also like the way we look at it. That last little fight inside the base, it was OD, then it was Slark. It's OD or Slark. This is the only way. It was never a full 5-man Mineski able to fight back at Team Secret.
I mean, it's just the fact that you're dealing against a Warlock. It's going to be naturally difficult for you to take a fight.
Yeah.
The Golem is just way too powerful in team fights, and the Fatal Bonds just destroyed them.
Yeah, the OD, like how long did it take him to get a bottle? It was almost like 8 minutes until he was thinking he could, okay, now I can do this.
They try lane the mid because they didn't need help in the other lanes. Life Stealer was fine against Nyx 1v1. Earthshaker couldn't pressure bottom lane. So Secret just pressured the OD so much.
Well, you know what time it is now. Before we go to our panel, we're going to head it over to the main stage, where it is time to ask some questions.
Yes, thank you very much, Puppy. Congratulations, first of all, great win. Crowd obviously very happy. No less so because you've got a Malaysian in the team, obviously. Of course. I want to do this backwards. Let's talk about the Sniper, game 3.
I think Sniper's a really good hero with Ogre and really good against OD.
Simple as that, I love it. In terms of the first game, where did it go wrong for you guys?
I think our strategy of pushing this team did not really work out because our heroes are kind of slow at pushing. We need kind of a little bit of farm, but they enjoy when they get pushed. So wrong strategy.
Okay, so this is the wrong strategy, game 1. Okay. I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. Winter said to me before this game, Mineski have got this. I'm just throwing it out there right now so you know what he said, right? Yeah. And he said that because he said they're the best team in Southeast Asia right now. You've played them in a best of 3. How do you measure them?
They were very tough opponents. I don't think they were ever giving up at any point of the game. And to play a team like that, you already know that they have a very good mental state. To know that something goes wrong, they're still playing, they're still playing, they're still playing, till the end, which is a good team.
It's good stuff. In terms of where you guys are right now, I know there's been a lot of drama, we're not going to go into that, but you've all